Hi everyone, I'm so excited to have you on the Instagram platform this time. And just like we had mentioned in our post that we are going to have, uh, hi Mitra, how are you? Yes, hi Dr. Das. Uh, Jhanvi, you've joined and we are getting Jhanvi in, and then I will introduce of our orthodontics platform today. Let me see. Let Janvi come. Hi, Aniket. Hi, Janvi. Can I
Hi.
see Janvi's pretty face a little bit more?
Yes. Got
Yeah. So, Dr. Janvi, friends, for your benefit, let me tell you, Dr. Janvi is an orthodontist and a dentofacial orthopedic, and we give that term to the orthodontists nowadays. And she is an excellent painter, uh, artist, like in the form of sketching, and a sculptor also. She has done her BDS and MDS from YMT Dental College, and she has founded and she's the CEO of one of the most innovative ideas, I must say, House of Cures. I'll I'll prefer to let Janvi elaborate about House of Cures. It's better that she elaborates it, right,
Sure. Thank
Janvi?
you so much, first of all, to for having me over for this live. I hope whoever joins in gets to learn how to make their own Ganpati because I think that's the way forward. And yes,
Yeah,
about Cure, it's India's first medical co-working space. That means that anybody, any medical professional can rent out spaces in our center on an hourly basis. That means that whenever they have a patient, they can book a space. We provide everything. So I think
perfect.
that's all.
That's
Thank you.
really nice. So, guys, Janvi and her husband Karan, Dr. Karan, they, like, for the last 5 years, they are making their own Ganpati, and they have a beautiful thought behind this. That they say, okay, however, like you're making it, okay, it may not be perfect, it may not have that great finish, but finally, it is your own Ganpati that you are making,
Right.
and
Right.
the spiritualism which is there in your heart, it gets transferred to that idol. That these are the beautiful thoughts behind making your own Ganpati. So even if it is not perfectly sculpted, it is yours.
Yeah.
तेरा है पर मेरा है types.
Right. No, so I would want to tell everybody that please don't shy away from making your own Ganesh idol.
Right.
However it turns out, you don't need to make it look perfect. It'll just be something you have made, and believe me, you will be very proud of it. And the emotions that come to worship that kind of an idol are completely different. And then you will actually enjoy the festival of Ganesh Chaturthi the way it is meant to be.
Absolutely. Very well said, Dr. Janvi. So, should we move on to the
Yes.
demonstration of the much
I think we should
awaited
not waste
workshop?
we should not waste everyone's time. Let's begin.
Yes, yes. Let's go
So
ahead.
I'll just demonstrate what all we need. We'll need one a plate, something like this that everyone has at home. You can use the back side of it to use it as a base. You can keep it on a stool so it's on your eye level or elbow level. It's easy to work. You'll also need some tools. You get them very easily on Amazon. They are carving tools. But if someone doesn't want to invest in them, you can use basic household things like a blunt knife. I'm sure everyone has a blunt knife at home. You can use a pen refill. The back side of it is good to give you, design for the jewelry and things like that instead of this that we use for a professional sculpting instrument. You will need something like this for a blunt knife. So you can use a blunt knife or this as a sculpting instrument. And so on and so forth. There are many instruments that are available. But let's not confuse you. We'll use the most minimal equipments we need today so everyone
Right,
can make it.
right.
You will also need a earbud to like wet it and finish things. You'll need a bowl of water. Very less water. Please use less water because if you wet it a lot, it becomes very mushy and difficult to work with. It's already a wet mitti that you get, and at the end you will need mitti that you get at any pottery store, or if there's any kumbhar next to you or kumbharwada in Mumbai. But you also get it at Amazon. We'll attach a link below. You can use a
Sure.
muslin cloth for the final finishing of polishing on things like that. And if someone wants to go a step ahead, after the Ganpati dries, you can use sandpaper to finish the unevenness. So I think we can begin. Let me show you
Yeah.
to go about everything. We'll just change the angle of the camera. Sorry for the disturbance.
So
I hope
till the time she changes the angle of the camera, let me tell you guys, like if most of us are dentists over here watching, most of the dental instruments are also extremely useful, like a carver, like our all instruments, basically wax spatula and everything is very useful. So, and Dr. Janvin demonstrating, if you all want a different angle, you all can write it in the comment box over here so that we can tell Janvi to improve the angle. As of now, we can see it very well, Dr. Janvi.
Okay. You take a big blob of the mitti that we use. This is gray mitti. You get two types of mitti, red and gray. Gray is more like clay, so it's easier to work with for beginners at least. So it's preferable to get gray. You make
So
a
this
big
is
slab
shadow
of it.
mati, right, Dr. Janvi?
Yeah,
Shadow mati, what we
yeah.
call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you dab it down to the plate, flatten it out so that you get a good base.
Okay.
Don't worry about the shape as of now. We can cut out the excess and make a circle. Sorry about the angle. One.
No problem. No problem.
So if anyone's wondering, I'm still doing only
Can we
that.
focus it a bit more on the work on the hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here I've made a base.
Mm-hmm.
Here I've made a base, and what I'll do is I'll evenly cut out the excess and make a circle. If someone
Mm-hmm.
does not is not confident with this step, you can use a barni ka dhakkan to just cut out the excess. So you
Right.
get a circular shape.
Or a
Then
vati, a big vati.
yeah, yeah. Just keep it a little bigger because excess is always better. It's just the base. Then cut out the remaining. Be ready to have messy hands in this entire process. If someone is worried about it, you can use gloves also. It's preferable to cut your nails before so that your nails don't leave imprints on the Ganesha idol.
But the mess is only beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our base. If you can you see the base?
Yes, we can. If we can have the camera a little more focused on the base, it will be good. Yeah, this is better.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we begin with making the legs. It's a very easy step. Take a little more mitti. Roll it out in a cylindrical sort of snake-like thing.
Okay.
Please excuse me if I don't talk in the video. I'm just
Don't worry. Don't
trying
worry.
to
I'll fill
focus
it in.
on what I'm doing.
So,
So
what
while
should
you're
be
doing all
the?
this, please make
How
sure that your
long
hands.
ago have you mixed the mitti? What is the working time of the mud?
So it sets the outside layer sets quickly. Still, it takes 1 or 2 hours to completely set.
Okay.
I'll just arrange the angle a bit downwards so that you can see the mitti properly. Can you see it now?
Right.
Everyone?
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just set it out in a C shape like this, a little thick snake-like thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bend the ends, flatten it out, bend the ends to face each other in this way.
Beautiful.
Now we have to make sure that the proportions are right, but I think beginners shouldn't worry so much about how big, how small. Please keep a kapda next to you at all times because the dry mitti will interfere with the setting of the other thing.
Right.
It'll keep coming in the way and make if all the surfaces uneven. So don't worry with 2 steps. You can try washing your hands, not with water,
Right.
with kapda. Now I'm going to just use some extra mitti to try to make the dhoti. Now these are the legs. Again, I'm going to make a snake-like structure. Cut it in half. Now this snake, I'm just going to flatten it out.
Okay.
Don't worry about the shape and everything, just flatten it out. If you can see what I'm trying to do. Keeping the first end narrow and the other end a little broad. That's the only aim. This flat object I'm going to just place here very lightly above and beyond the leg, like this. Then I'm going to just try and merge the back end of the mitti like this. So it
Flush
merges,
it.
not the front end. The front end has to look like a surface that is
Elevated,
hanging on.
elevated
Yeah,
structure.
yeah. Same thing with the other. Because I cut it in half, the dhoti will be equal. I'm going to just flatten it out.
So today we are going to make a little smaller one because we have to finish off within an hour's time. But then if you want, you all can make a bigger one using the same steps.
Yeah. Same thing, I'm going to put the narrow end in the front, the broad end at the back.
Okay.
And at an angle. So I'm not just coating, I'm putting it across the legs like this.
Okay.
And again, I'm just merging the back end
Perfect.
to the legs.
Right.
So you can see the elevated margins and the mixed margins, right?
Right.
So now coming to the next step, I'm going to take a bigger globe of mitti.
Mm-hmm. Hello everyone who all have joined us. Forum, Riddhima, Shweta, Ruhi.
This is how we make rotika round. So just similarly, I think everyone will be accustomed to this. Just make it take as big as the stomach you want of the Ganpati to be. So that completely depends on everything.
So it completely depends upon how knowledgeable your Ganpati is. Bigger
Yeah,
the stomach, more the knowledge.
I
Hi
think I'll take
Chris.
pretty more. I want a bigger stomach. So you can keep doing this. It's just like the clay that we used to play with. Okay, so it's
Right.
important for your hands to be clean, but on the other hand, don't use water. It is very moist. If you can see, you can easily do whatever you want with it. So don't use water. Only finishing steps need water.
Right.
Okay, so my round is almost ready. Make sure that it's not diamond shape. Sometimes when you're circling, it becomes diamond shape. It has to be a circle or
Agreed.
oval. Yeah. Okay, so
Because
this
when
is
you
my
are doing it, you might give undue pressure on one of the
yeah.
sides.
Yeah. So I'm going to just place it at the back end of the leg here, not front, not middle, the back end, and then just compress it from the top
Okay.
like so that if you think that it's a more vertical, you can always remove it and make it horizontal, whatever you want. So this is a
Okay.
very malleable. You can keep working on it. Once you know the position is right, just take a little water in your fingers, wet the surface that you need to put it on, put it there, and then what I'm going to do is the back side is more important than the front side. So I'm going to just merge it so it stays. If you can see what I'm doing, just pressing my finger, pushing it down. So it merges with the leg that we made.
Perfect. Beautiful.
In the front, I'm not going to do anything because you're going to ruin the natural bulge that the stomach has. So if you see from the front, it will be something like this. with the dhoti ka kapda, the stomach, the legs.
Lovely.
The legs are not yet defined. Don't worry. You can. That step comes later.
So Dr. Jhanvi is making a Ganpati. Supergram, Supergram is asking, I'm sorry, I wouldn't know your name. Hi, Dr. Manasvi.
Supriya,
So she's making a Ganpati.
okay, so I think we are ready for the next step. In the next step, we make a little bigger, little smaller block for the chest area. We are going to make a capsule now, not a round. Okay.
Okay.
So start by making a round. Just go vertical with it, so it becomes a capsule. If you can see.
Okay.
It will
Okay.
come here. Now I know the position. It will be at the back end, not in the middle, not in the front. It will be little bit at the back, not very behind, so the Ganpati falls. No, just little bit at the back. Again, I'm going to wet the surface that I needed to be stuck on, just little bit with a drop of water, and I place. Okay. Again, from the back end, I'm going to merge it.
Lovely. You can already see the shape coming up.
Yeah, it's extremely simple. Just a little time and fun. Everyone can do this. Even kids. I think it's a good activity for kids to do right
Yes,
now.
so many kids have joined us. In fact, a few of them are even ready with the clay.
Yeah. They
So they
can
are
follow the
doing it.
steps if I'm going. I hope the speed is right. I hope I'm not going very fast. Again, if you can see my fingers and all have dry mitti, I'm going to wipe them so they don't come on the other objects.
Right.
Okay, now coming to the next step, I'm going to make the hand just like we made the leg. Again, making a small snake.
So this is all about snakes. Making
Yeah.
Ganpati is all about snakes.
Yeah. At least this step your children can do so they feel like they participated in the festival.
Absolutely.
A good
Absolutely.
step. If you cannot do it like how I'm doing, you can even roll it and do it. This is easier maybe on a surface. So again, now I want this to be a little thin. So I'm going to, okay, so I got what I need. I'm going to break it into half. So there's two hands. This is the shoulder area because this is above our, you see our anatomy. If you're ever
The
confused, this
chest
is
portion.
how we do.
Yeah.
So the hands will start from above it. So now here we go. Again, I'm going to fuse the part where we are joining it. Only with my fingers, I'm not using any fancy equipment, no water, nothing. Just squeeze it over each other so it fuses. And I'm going to bend this hand and flatten the front.
Beautiful.
It depends on what you want to do with the hands. I have made it like that. Not necessarily everyone wants it. You can even have it in the Ashirwad way here.
Yeah. You can lift it up like this.
Yeah. So I'll do that in the other hand so you get an idea. You can even have the hands a little thinner if someone thinks that they're looking bigger than the body. Whatever. It's completely a
Yeah.
perspective.
So Jhanvi, we have a demand of modak also. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Now I feel personally like this hand is a little thicker. So I'm going to again dismantle it.
Okay.
So easy. See, it doesn't ruin what you've already done. It just came out. I'm going to
Beautiful.
make it a little thinner.
So you don't need to apply any water again and again. It does
No,
not become dry, right? It,
no,
it does
nothing.
not become dry.
Just that the mitti that you got, keep it in the packet. Otherwise, if you remove it, the outer surface has a tendency to become dry.
Okay. Okay.
So now I think it's According to me, this is a little better. It's still perspective. However you want your hands, thick, thin, whichever angle you want the elbow a little sharp, you can do that.
Right.
Okay, so this I think is fine. Now I'm going to do the other hand. If you think it's too long, you can always cut like this. Okay, and again the
Absolutely.
same thing, shoulder, fusing it. This hand I'm going to show in the way of a blessing hand. So,
Do you need to keep some support down there
no,
anytime?
so what I'm doing is I'm just taking support of the existing structure. Now this hand is stuck to the stomach. It's
Right.
not moving, you can see. So you can take support of what is already around. I
So
didn't
when
even
you
do
have a
anything.
blessing hand, so
So I'm
the
going to
elbow
just
part is not.
make sure that the elbow is aligned with the stomach so it fuses in this area.
Okay. Okay.
If you need support, you can always keep a toothpick or something like a stick till it sets.
Right. Yeah, that was my concern, that it should not be limp and fall off
Yeah,
sort of
you
thing.
can keep a toothpick or something.
You are making it look really easy.
It is, I think, if I'm not even using, see, these are only my hands. I'm not doing anything else. So I think everyone can do it the same way. I think this
Yes.
arm become a little thin, so I can still add things on it like this.
Yes. And the jewelry and stuff you can always add later, right?
Yeah, so that is the step after the head. We'll do that as well. Continuously on the back side, I'm fusing everything so that things are well, they're stable.
Right.
Show you the back side in a bit. Again, if your fingers have dry mitti, this will not happen. This smooth mixing will not happen. So keep your
Right.
hands clean.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay, so I feel like this is a better. Uh, Again, we'll finish it later.
I think
So the
very good, in fact. I think lovely.
okay. Yeah. Now we go to the head section. We'll use the remains of whatever's there, make it into a bowl. Again, we need a ball, only ball and snakes. That is the only two steps in the entire recipe. Again, we make a ball.
Right.
The ball should be a little smaller than the chest capsule that we made, little smaller. Also, I will make a little depression here for our sternum area. Can you? This is where the
Yeah, it can be well
that
appreciated.
so just little bit. Okay, now I'm going to make a round ball.
Coming out really beautiful, Jhanvi. And you can, hey, hi Nikhil. Nice to see you here.
I'm going to fuse it at the back, like I mentioned for every other body part.
Right.
I'm going to take two small balls for the ears. They should be same.
And I also feel I mean, whenever you're making your own Ganpati, you can have your own creative idea and add it to that particular idol.
So I'm going to keep the ears near the shoulder. So in case it needs support, these are two balls. Now I stuck it little bit below the say mid section of the ball, ke thoda niche, and I'm going to
Right.
just put them. Now I'll flatten them. And add an edge here.
Beautiful.
Give them a little bend inwards, like how our ears are.
Right.
I hope everyone can appreciate till now. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I think very well appreciated.
Okay, so now we can start with the jewelry work because the trumpet will come last. What we need for the jewelry is Same snake, but very, very, very thin. Okay, so I'm going to keep going, keep going. If it becomes too long, cut it into half and again start.
Yes, so uh, people are, our viewers are telling you it is a very enlightening session, and Super Gram is saying it looks brilliant.
Thank you. I'm one of my friend's daughters have joined. I can see Ahana.
Yeah,
Ahana, you'll
Ahana
make
Apte has just joined.
yeah. Ahana will make it at home. I'll send pictures to everybody. So I'll just add this. Don't worry about the shape of how it is and all that. Just join it at the near the ears. Okay, because the trumpet will cover. If it's a little longer, you can always cut it and then. Can you appreciate this?
Yes, yes. It's looking beautiful already.
I'm gonna take little smaller snakes and I'm oh that's Rishita. And I will
That's
make it.
Rishita.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to add these as bangles here.
lovely.
Same on the other side.
Hi Rishita, thank you on behalf of Dr. Jhanvi.
Sorry, I didn't read that.
It's okay, it's okay.
Same thing for the arm. I don't know what this is called, but generally there is
The armlet.
yeah here
Yeah, the armlet.
arm and one more for the other side.
Yes, we all are waiting for the final outcome. Everyone is, mobile photography Bombay is saying, I'm sorry, I'm just taking your Instagram handle name because I don't know your real names. I can't wait to see the final outcome.
I'm going to add these as anklets.
Do you also color it at the end of it normally when you make it at home, Dr. Janvi?
We used to the first Ganpati we made, we colored it because it's a very big transition from getting Ganpatis from outside and making them at home. So you want to make it look as beautiful and you try your best. But it's against the point because the colors that we use are generally acrylic colors, so they are not eco-friendly and they don't melt in water and they don't mix with water. So if you're planning to immerse this in a tub of water with seeds in it, the acrylic color will go against that point. So it's better if you leave it dry. If you want, the second Ganpati we made, we completely colored it orange, like to signify Siddhivinayak.
Right.
So this was better than adding a lot of colors and things like that. Now I'm going to
Mhm.
come to the step where we make the trunk. So the trunk is the only little bit tricky part. It's going to be a snake, but the snake with broad end and a narrow end. Okay, so it's easier for us to attach it immediately. It will be
Right.
attached to this section, mid section, middle of the ears.
Hi, Ina. So you can
I'm
make.
just checking the proportion. Okay, so you can keep doing. Sometimes it's too thick, sometimes too.
That's a good one. He's saying snacks or snakes. Anyway, with Gujjun, it is the same. Snakes or snakes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Yeah, right. Ganpati Papa likes everything anyways.
So I'm
Hello,
going to
hello.
just
How are
put
you?
it here and merge it with the face.
Dr. Janvi, do you think at this stage we can use a wax spatula also
So
to merge?
I'm just trying to show what you can use is something of this curved sort. So what you can do is just smoothly. So it's easier. finer. Fingers generally create more, you know.
Yeah. And I always prefer, especially kids, handling clay a lot because their motor skills evolve by that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, Priyanka. We have three
I'm
Priyankas
just
out here
going to
right now.
bend the trunk and give it that typical shape. If you notice, this section has become a little thinner, so I'm going to just press the trunk upwards with my finger. So this section is thicker.
Beautiful. Hi, Priya. Great to see you out here.
Okay, so now the eyes will be little above the trunk. So I'm just going to, with my two fingers, create a depression. Make sure you don't push the back end because then the head becomes flat. Just push your fingers.
Right, right.
Can you appreciate the dip? Yeah.
Very well, very well.
Now I'm going to, there are two ways you can make eyes. I'm just going to show the easier ways so everyone can do it. Take a very flat uh, kind of clay and make it look like a fish.
And the tusk, right?
No, I'm just adding the eyes first. Then we can add
Eyes.
the.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Just pressing it on. Can you see?
Yes. Though we can see it, but it's not very clear. Later on, we can focus. Right now, you can finish off both the eyes, then we can
Here,
focus. Ah, that's beautiful. Thank you for that.
same thing I'm going to do with the other.
Mm-hmm.
Just make a fish shaped flat thing. If anyone has the murtis at home, you will know how the eyes, you get eyes of the murtis that you stick. They're generally
They
like,
usually almond shapes.
yeah, almond shape. And if someone doesn't want to make eyes also, you get them also that you can stick with wax.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see what we did here?
Especially,
Now you have to
especially
just
the
check
Gujus
whether,
will know it, I guess.
yeah, just 1 second. Can you give me a second so I can just flip the camera?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So even if you want to make a standing Ganpati, you all can be creative and you can make it the way you want it.
Can you see this? The eyes have been put. Okay.
Yes.
Now we'll do the total finishing at the end. I'm just going to keep adding whatever we need with the clay so we can shut the clay. I'm going to keep add the trunk now. The teeth.
The tusk.
That, yeah. One has to be pointed, one has to be cut. I think the right one is cut.
Yes.
So it has to be just below. No, these are too big. So it'll be just below the trunk.
So if they are too big, you can do crown
You
cutting.
can always cut, yeah. Crown cutting, yeah. Little dental joke coming.
Like, yeah. So here we are most active when we are putting the teeth out there.
Yeah. So this one is going to be a little blunt, the right one, and the left one. Now after this step, you have to just see whether they are at the same level. Just forgive me, I'm going to rotate it and see whether it's at
Lovely.
the Now we make the turban. This Ganpati is a turban Ganpati. It depends on you what you want to make. Or you can make a crown, you can make whatever. Depends on whatever you want to make. I'm going to make a turban.
Yes, there is a story to that cut tusk. They say that he was very fat and plus he had this face of an elephant. So
Yeah.
the moon was mocking him.
Right.
And he got so angry and he was so upset with that he just broke his tusk and threw it, I mean, kind of threw it to hit the moon.
Right.
And that is why then the moon was very scared of Ganpati, and then he went and hid behind a cloud. And but that's the story, they say, the mythological story behind the cut tusk. That time dentists were not there, but I'm sure we could have built it up with the composite over
Restored
there.
it. So this is the feather on the turban. Okay, now I think we can begin with the finishing steps. So now is when we'll need the instrument.
Hi Hema.
I'll need something like this. Now I'm going to try and make sure that the instruments are clean of any dry clay if there is. I'm going to just start making. First, I'll begin with the legs. I'll make the toes. Just small cuts here. They don't have to be very defined. So don't get scared that they will look perfect. They don't look like a toe. It just signifies that this is a foot. So just make sure that you are happy with it. It doesn't have to look perfect. See, this is a very
Absolutely.
big foot if you ask me, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with how it looks.
Yeah, so there is the proportion that normally is followed is the your hand in
Yeah,
the size of your face.
right.
Everybody's hand. You can put your hand and check. So when you're
Yeah,
making any artwork, may it be a painting, sketching, portrait, or sculpture,
yeah,
the hand and I meant the palm, not the hand. The
yeah,
palm will be the size of your face.
right.
So that is how you can check your proportions.
I'm going to just add a line in the
I
middle of
believe.
the anklet to try to give it little definition.
Right. Again, giving definition or not giving definition totally depends upon you.
Yeah,
Some people
yeah,
might like it very raw, some people like fine details.
right. Then you can go around seeing which sections are nicely fused, which sections are not fused.
Thank you, Dr. Darshika. Glad you could be here. So happy to see you. Yes, Jhanvi definitely has very neat work. That shows in the
Oh, thank
beautiful
you.
smiles that she gets on from those crooked teeth.
Mhm.
Just like she gets that smile from the Malpo's teeth, she has brought out this beautiful Ganpati out of just a blob of clay.
So I think that after this video, everyone should be confident that they can make it. It is not
I'm
out of
sure
any
they would
special
be.
achievement.
I'm sure they would be. Again, the initial hesitation, we don't know how it is going to stay, whether the clay is going to give you enough working time or
Yeah.
not. So
So
all
I'm just
these
going to
things are
make
something.
finishing flow lines on the dhoti. So it looks like a dhoti. It has to go along the curve that we made, okay, of the cloth.
Yeah. Like people who like abstracts normally would like to keep an abstract way of Ganpati
Yeah,
also.
yeah. Don't use a very sharp knife, it will cut the clay. If you're using a knife at home, please use a dull knife. We're just trying to give lines and flow and things like that. So a dull knife will do its job.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to give definition to the stomach boundary.
Hi Prarthana. Hi Akruti.
Sometimes some people would like to add. I'm just saying, if you want, you can. Suppose you feel like the leg section is too, something is missing. Then you get like the span. If you've ever worn a dhoti, you get like a, I don't know what it's called. It's like a triangle you have to make here and just
Mm-hmm.
add it to it. It's like that
Yeah,
dhoti
the
ka.
fan. Yeah, I got it. The fan that when you get it when you wear
Yeah.
a dhoti in front.
Just give it boundary definition again.
That's great, Darshika. I would love to see your Ganpati too.
I'm
Please
going
send
to
me
the
the
eye. So
picture.
I'll just make a boundary below the eye like this first. Then I'll make a line in the middle to show an eyelid. And then I'm going to take a refill. Just a second. A pen refill like this. I'm using the back end. And I'm just going to go here in the middle to show an eyeball. If you can appreciate
Beautiful,
it. Could you see?
beautiful.
Same thing on this side. I'm going to go under it. I'm going to go under it, make a line on it, and again
Friends,
use
you
the
can appreciate Dr. Jhanvi's artwork that she's done the entire Ganesha from behind, even without.
yeah.
See, normally we make it in front of us. But this is a great art that she's doing it so perfectly in spite of the fact that she's sitting behind it.
Thank you for thank you, ma'am. No, I'm trying my best. See, these are all my ways of telling everybody that everybody can do it. It's not very tough. And all these things that I'm doing right now are completely avoidable things. I'm just doing them to give definition to the Ganpati. This is something that everyone can completely. The step before that was also enough. उतना भी गणपति दिख रहा था so it's not necessary all this I'm doing to just add ये turban जैसा दिखना चाहिए jewelry जैसा दिखना चाहिए things like that.
Right, absolutely. We will miss you. Super Gram is leaving, so bye. Thank you
Oh,
for
but
being
yes,
around.
thank you so much for joining. Thank you for taking time out. She's my cousin.
Exactly.
She lives in Delhi. Yeah.
So she's saying you're constantly evolving, creating, inspiring. Keep it up from my side too.
I'm inspired from the best. She's my inspiration. Okay, I think this is the turban is ready. Now I'm coming to the feather.
So there are some colors like you do get some eco-friendly colors. Okay, so
Yeah, you can use colors, but before doing the eco-friendly color, any color, I would appreciate. I would suggest that you first paint it white completely with the eco-friendly color, so that your
yeah,
other colors show on it.
right, right. And like one tip I would like to follow, like I do at times is for the dhoti we just put the kumkum,
Yeah,
and for the body you put chandan, so that everything is eco-friendly altogether.
yeah,
Because when you immerse the Ganesha in a bucket of water, then everything gets. Though
yeah,
kumkum
yeah.
is not really eco-friendly, but then it melts off. So this is the time when you require immense concentration. That is why Dr. Jhanvi is not talking right now.
Sorry. I'm just going
And
to make the ears. I think we are mostly done. Then I'll just show them the finishing step.
right. Hi, Dr. Nidhi. Here on the platform right now, we have some amazing talents. And I must say, Dr. Jhanvi also has some beautiful paintings on
Yeah.
www.artodontics.com.
I'm just
Hi,
going to,
Divya.
at the lower level, add the navel here.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put a mold up. So this is I not like the perfect Ganpati, but I'm just giving you an idea of how it will look. So you can take your time, take 1 hour on the foot, give it finishing, make the feet, the proportion of our feet, thighs, things like that. I'm just giving you a rough idea of which step after which step after which step.
Correct. Correct.
And then comes the modak.
Dr. Hema is also appreciating your work. Dr. Hema has been with us throughout the journey of orthodontics. Thank you for that big support, Dr. Hema. And it happens with any and every artwork that you never feel it is finished till you pull yourself apart from that. You feel a lot more can be yet done, lot more can yet be done.
Yeah, that's always the scene. That's why I don't want to get everyone very disheartened कि अरे ये तो खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है. But this is all out of choice. Like it's okay if you don't do these
That's what,
finishing steps.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Hey Divya, great, great to see you here too. So, friends, Dr. Divya has given her recording of जिंदगी कैसी पहेली है ये जिंदगी. Amazingly sung talent, amazing voice, and the way she sung it with her heart, her smile was shining through her eyes. Too good. We have been very blessed with all the dentists who are artists to be having to we are so happy at orthodontics to have them on board, to have them displaying their talent with us.
I think we are almost done. I'll just show everyone
Lovely.
around. So see, it's not the best finished product as of now, but at the back everything is fused, so they stay
Right.
stable. The legs, the stomach, the this and the head. If you can appreciate the smoothness. And in the front, they're all different entities. The head could have been a little bigger. I am personally a little unhappy with it, but I'm going to just take a earbud, dip it in
Okay.
light water. It does not have to be dripping wet. It has to be moist. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to go around just finishing the unevenness. So I'll just show you one. If this is, suppose this, it's a very rough, because of the mitti. I'm just going to polish it. If you appreciate how smooth it becomes immediately.
Lovely. That's a
So
great
this is
tip.
the final step where all the cuts that you made, all the finishing lines, boundaries are just supposed to be finished. Suppose I talk about the trunk, the line that I made in the middle, I'm just going to finish it. So it will smoothen out itself. Smoothen out
Lovely.
everything. The eyes, the nose, the joint that we make everywhere, the teeth joint. So this everyone has at home. Water everyone has at home. Everything is very convenient and easy to use.
So you also use the muslin cloth at times?
So once
Which you
this is
showed earlier?
dry, once this will dry, that's when I will just take the muslin cloth and I will not put it in water. It is a dry idol. I will just
Okay.
I will just polish it to give it that shine. I don't know if everyone remembers when we used to do wax carvings. We used to then polish them with this.
How can
So that's
anybody
the idea.
forget wax carving?
So we'll just polish this so it becomes shinier. But all these steps are very, but only if you want to. There is no necessity. This is a good idea to start with, and then next year make it a different shape. Next year make it. You can also make the legs one knee up, one knee down. There are many variations. You can add 2 more hands. So there are a 4-hand Ganpati.
4 hands.
There are
Yeah.
variations, but this is
Yeah.
the basic. Not the
So
best,
how
but
heavy is it? How heavy is it?
it's
Does it
not
become very heavy?
at all. It's not. say around 2 kgs.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a 10 kg packet. And we
Okay.
hardly use some things out.
So you
So
you you buy dry mitti or you buy it ready?
no, so we buy ready mitti, you get it at the kumbhar, they mix it for you. I just show you how it's supposed to look.
Yes, that would be very helpful for our audience.
So see, it's supposed to be something like this. That if
Ah,
you just push, it's clay. If you can appreciate.
beautiful.
This is the,
Hmm.
so this is a 10 kg packet for a bigger Ganpati. This is hardly 1 kg.
Amazing. So now can we see our beautiful Jhanvi's face?
Yeah. I think to close the session, I'll just want to recite uh, something for Ganpati that now that I made it and Ganesha Chaturthi is just around the corner. So if you allow.
So when do
So
you, how long do you allow it to dry before you want to sandpaper it, Dr.
around
Jhanvi?
3-4 days. 3-4 days is good.
Okay.
It'll dry.
And especially because the climate is humid right now.
3-4 days is good. It won't.
And if you want to keep the Ganpati and not immerse it, does it stay?
Yes, it's a like you know our mitti pots. It's a pot. Unless it falls, it will be brittle once it dries, so it will break off. But otherwise,
Ah,
no. So one variation that you can do is you have lemon seeds at home, tomato seeds at home, green mirchi, capsicum seeds at home. You can use the seeds to add decor, like put the seeds
oh,
around the cabin, or add a pumpkin seed on the trunk. You can add things on the jewelry. So when you immerse it, you can put that water in your pots and lovely chili plant or tomato plants.
oh, lovely. Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
yeah. So I
So,
think we can. Any other questions anybody else has?
uh,
Anything else?
any other questions we have? I don't think so. We have any other questions, but as we are closing the session, I would definitely say Ganpati Bappa Moria.
Okay.
And Dr. Jhanvi can later on, once Dr. Jhanvi prepares her idol of her own place, we
Yeah.
can show you. We can post that picture also to show
Yes, I'll
how she
definitely
has
share
made
it.
her own Ganpati. And I would
Yes.
encourage all of you to make your own Ganpati and post it in our comment box
Yes, please.
so that our Dr. Janvi and our team will be very encouraged with what you
Yeah.
have learned from our workshop.
I would like to thank everybody to take time out on a weekday to join and listen to what I have to say. I'm not the best experienced person in this, but still I have tried out of my profession to do this. So I expect everyone can do it. Please do it. It's a family bonding thing. Everyone can get together, make their own idol, and then create.
You have explained it beautifully, Janvi. Even a fresher, like an absolute beginner who's doing it for the very first time, will
Yeah.
also be able to make it. I'm 100% sure about
I
it.
hope they do,
Thank
and
you.
please do post the picture. Thank you.
Thank you so much for shelling out time, Dr. Janvi also. She's also
Yeah.
a very busy doctor. And thank you for being on Orthodontics platform. Thank you,
Yes.
my lovely audience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Have a
We'll
good
come
day.
back with more. Bye-bye.